Hello everyone, this is Daria, also known as Diva, and I'm going to do some read comprehension. For this I took my school book for 11th grade. Their unit with first lesson titled At the Edge of the Unknown. So I'm going to read a text about mystics. It's called Martin's Story. One November night I happened to be at home alone. It was nearly 11 o'clock and I was just beginning to fall asleep when I noticed a vague, misty smell. First I thought it was my imagination, but it grew stronger and really nasty. I got out of bed and looked around my room. Then I went out on the landing, trying to find where the smell was coming from. It seemed to be all over the house. It was weird, but I was tired and went back to bed, still wondering about the smell. I thought I'd sort it out in the morning. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up suddenly to a loud moaning sound. Then again. I was sure I heard it coming from downstairs. Hesitating for a moment, I quickly ran downstairs to see what it was. There was no one there, and the sound had stopped. Slowly I went back upstairs, and only then I noticed that it was very cold in the house. My whole body was shaking from the cold. It was hard to breathe, and every breath made a little whistle mist in the freezing air. The musty smell in the house was really horrible now. I could hear my heart pounding loudly. My hand shook as I leaned forward to open my bedroom door, and I suddenly felt I wasn't alone in the house anymore. My hair stood on end. My first impulse was to run away. Instead, I quietly turned the handle and pushed the door open. The sight I saw struck terror in my heart, and it nearly stopped. Standing on my bed was the transparent form of a hooded monk. His back was turned towards me, and he made no sound or movement. I was rooted to the spot by fear, and couldn't think of utter a sound. I was dead scared. Any movement or noise might make the monk turn and look at me. What I feared most of all was his gaze. Then suddenly the ghastly figure started to fade away. First the feet, then the rest. When his head finally disappeared, the house wasn't cold anymore. I was so relieved. My legs felt like jelly. I had to sit down on the floor for a while. Later on, still feeling weak at the knees, I went downstairs for a drink to calm myself down. I switched on all the lights in the house, and as soon as I got myself together, I called a friend and went to stay at his place. Never again did I sleep in that room. And another little text entitled Skeptical Magician. I started out as a professional magician. It's a job like that. You soon develop interest in the supernatural and unexplained phenomena. However, I had never really believed in stories about contacting the spirits of the dead and had remained skeptical about seances. But I've always been driven by curiosity, and I decided to set up an experiment. I gathered a group of acquaintances together in London, and we decided to try to contact the spirit of a famous music hall singer who was murdered about around 1919. We sat in a circle around the table in a darkened room and held hands. It was vital that we did not break the circle. It was a tense hour. Luminous objects move around the room, and messages really arrived from the spirit world. For us all, it was both terrifying and puzzling. We didn't have any idea what caused the objects to move. If I hadn't experienced it all firsthand, I'm not sure whether I would have believed it. Now I'm planning to investigate these mysteries more thoroughly. Experiments in Edinburgh have shown that human beings can communicate without using any of their five senses. So I'm keen to do some research into telepathy. Well, that's it for my reading comprehension.